In August of 2022, we made the 4.5-hour trip up to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. This was our first time at the theme park, and I'm really excited to take you along and give you my thoughts on all the big roller coasters that we were able to ride. So I hope that you enjoy this vlog from Cedar Point. Getting ready to ride Millennium Force. We rode it last night and having a hard time deciding if that one or Steel Vengeance is our favorite. So we're going to do them all again and decide. We actually bought a Platinum Pass at Kings Island, which also includes entrance to all Cedar Fair parks. We had planned to go up to Cedar Point earlier this year and finally got around to making the trip in August. So we were able to get into the park an hour before everyone, which meant that the wait time for Millennium Force was only about 15 minutes. By this time it was lunchtime, so we decided to eat at Backbeat Barbecue. You picked your meat and got a couple sides. It was alright for theme park barbecue, but mine was kind of lukewarm, which made the experience not as pleasant as it could have been. Still not too bad for lunch. I found a fairly quiet place here in the park. It's really hard to record because it's so noisy. Just doing a midday check-in, we've ridden most of the large coasters today. We haven't been able to get back on Steel Vengeance. We rode that last night, and it's kind of bordering my favorite at the moment with Millennium Force. So yeah, so all the coasters have been pretty good. And we're having a good time here at Cedar Point. The wait times haven't been too long. They're starting to climb now. It's about 4 in the afternoon, so some things are getting longer, but the most we've waited has been right under an hour. So off to ride some more coasters. Something we did on this visit was get the all-day drink wristband. You can actually get a cup if you'd like, but we chose to get a wristband so we didn't have to carry a cup around all day. And it's $16 and you can get a drink from any of the refill stations every 15 minutes all day long. It worked out really well for us and paid for itself after a couple of drinks, as theme park drinks are pretty expensive. Next up, we rode the Snake River Expedition, and we actually had a really hard time finding this ride.
It's over in the Snoopy Peanuts area with all the kids' rides, and it was actually the longest wait time of the day. We waited about 90 minutes for it, but it took us so long to find it that I definitely wanted to make sure that I stayed and did the ride, and it was really fun. It reminded me a lot of a frontier type of jungle cruise at Disney World, so I would definitely recommend it. I think families and any age would enjoy this ride.
Alright, we're coming near the end of our day here, and I was really hoping to ride Steel Vengeance again. I'm looking a little bit sunburnt, but it is down again. It's been down quite a bit today, so I'm really glad that we got to ride it yesterday, but I was really leaning towards it being my favorite here in the park, and I just kind of wanted to ride it a second time to decide one way or the other. But I think we're going to grab some dinner. Overall, it's been a great day, and I will rank my favorites when I get home and just insert that here. But now we're going to go get something to eat.
I thought I'd just talk a little bit about our hotel as well. We stayed at Cedar Point's Express Hotel, which is just minutes away from the theme park. We did get a discount with our season pass, so that was really nice. It's a very basic hotel. It was kind of noisy and the beds were not especially comfortable, but it is more of a budget hotel, so it worked for what we needed, and it had a pretty sunflower field right next to it.
So we've been home for about a week now, and I've had some time to think about my rides I rode at Cedar Point and how I would rank them. And even though I only rode it one time, I think that Steel Vengeance was my favorite. It was very unexpected. It's a hybrid coaster, so it's a steel track with a wooden frame. It had so many twists and turns and unexpected moments, and I just really wanted to ride it again, and it was really too bad that it was down so long the next day that we were there. But you can't beat the views of the lake at any of the rides at Cedar Point. But I think that I would have to say that Steel Vengeance was my favorite. Millennium Force would be second. I had such a hard time deciding between the two. I mean, this one really packs a punch. It is so fast. It's 93 miles an hour. That first drop is 300 feet, and you are just barreling towards the lake, and it feels like you're going to crash into it. And I actually had some gray out moments on that one. I've never experienced that on a roller coaster before. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they almost grayed out, and I was like, what are you talking about? But I saw spots on this one. Phenomenal ride. My only complaint was there wasn't a ton of airtime. It's just mostly speed based. And then you also get that incredible view of the lake. And then third on my list of coasters at Cedar Point, I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to tell you my top three. Number 3 is Valraven. So this was so much fun. It takes you up this lift hill, and then you go down and you dangle before it drops you. And these are called dive coasters, and I don't think I've ever ridden anything like this in my life. So viewing it from the ground, you're just like, oh no, I don't know what to expect. But it was so much fun. You get an incredible view of the whole park up there. And it's a smooth one. It has a lot of good speed and some little like twists and turns that you'll go through. This one had a really long wait. The rest of the day, we waited about 20 minutes, and I think we hit it at the right time. It was before park opened. To everybody, it was one of the early rides we got to ride, but I really wanted to ride it again, but there just wasn't enough time to wait. I think it got up to 90 minutes the rest of the day, and we unfortunately just couldn't do it a second time, but it was so much fun. And my third place coaster, very different from the other two, but a lot of fun. And if you are a coaster enthusiast, you definitely need to make a trip to Cedar Point if you haven't already. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, like my content, and follow me along on my next adventures, wherever that may be. Bye!